Stormy 1911, today's video with the ammunition and the supplies were provided by Botash, which is a one-stop tactical superstore. If you've not been to their website, I highly recommend checking it out. If you live close and are in the area, meaning if you're in California, Arizona, Nevada, stop by and check them out. You could show up naked and leave fully tacked out and kitted out. Hey, this is Stormy 1911 here. Out here doing a kind of an honest, unbiased review of a new device put out by Botash Tactical called the ARM, the Accuracy and Recoil Management Device, specifically designed for the Glocks. Just in full transparency, they're good friends of mine. Reviewing this, they're the ones that provided the ammo. They were able to actually get the Glock pistols and everything set up for this. And also in full transparency, I am not a forward deployed operator of any sort. I am not an expert in CQB. I am very much an enthusiast. I was really actually excited to get my hands on these for a lot of reasons. So this piece right here is what's called the ARM. What I was impressed by is this is all machined aluminum. A few interesting features that I really liked that we'll get into is, number one, there's a QD device here for a sling. Also an extended Picatinny rail segment, which is great for an optic. It quickly attaches here via just this pin that goes right through the ARM into the existing hole on the Glocks. This is obviously a short buffer tube with the Magpul short stock. But what I thought was really unique about this is the concealability, especially if some of the folks that are down south and do a lot of hunting out of tree stands, those type of things. It allows you to really have either a 9mm or even we have one here for a 10mm, but in a very compact package. You're not dealing with a long rifle bouncing around. In fact, you could actually put this in a holster on your side, climbing in and out of a tree stand type of a thing. But what I love about this is how stable you're able to get with a pistol. It's really amazing. It really kind of transforms the handgun. And my thought was this, it's interesting for folks, obviously, potentially, hunting tree stands, that type of thing where you're hunting up close, but also folks that maybe a little bit older and they still love their handguns, but they need a little extra stability. And what I find with this is just that stability in my shoulder and being able to get my cheek on gives me really, really stable. That dot really just does not move. What I love about this is the simplicity. It does not change the gun at all. It doesn't change malfunction drills. I still have access to the slide release, the mag catch. Malfunction drills would be the exact same that we've all learned, with a tap rack bang. I don't have anything hiding or shrouding the slide in any way, shape, or form. And if I want to take it off, I just pop a pin right off. Simple as that. I thought that was a great design, really well done. This is the one for the 10mm, which I thought, again, those folks that are hunting hogs down south where hogs are a problem, or just potentially hunting out of a tree stand up close. 10mm, obviously, as a lot of folks know, is a great round, especially when it's loaded to kind of original spec. It's an impressive handgun round. What I love about this setup here is it is absolutely perfect for iron sights, and then literally just all you got to do is just the slightest bit move your head and that dot is perfect. So if you're not using a dot, it's perfect for iron sights. If you are using a dot, this tube is actually set up in such a way that you still maintain that chin and cheek contact on there, and that dot is right where you want it to be. I will tell you, the magnifier is an interesting game changer. Boy, I tell you, that would allow you to make some really consistent shots at distance. That 3x magnifier is fascinating from the standpoint of how steady you're able to get, and really just demonstrates how much more steady this brace allows you to get with the pistols. Also, I had one here with a Model 34, the long slide. You can see here we've got the slings attached in, but again, as an end user, not a tactical Tommy in any way, shape, or form, and not somebody that's forward deployed, I thought it was a really interesting device for, I think, a lot of folks that are looking for maybe a little bit more stability as they get older in life, or potentially using it in, like I said, in the hunting scenarios. Or, I'd be really interested from, there's a lot of folks that are adapting a lot of these chassis systems for pistols to really put pistols into what I would call a carbine use, or allow pistols to be used more securely at distances. And I'd be really interested in feedback from some of those folks about what their thoughts on this are. And would this be a useful implement or a useful tool in those arenas? Very sturdy, very well designed, and like I said, I love the fact that no permanent modifications are required. Pops right on. Really, really sturdy. Like there is zero flex. This frame will flex. You know, if you really wanted to reef on this, you'll be reefing on the frame way before you'll get flex here. And I do like the fact that from a shooting standpoint, looking forward to shooting this and seeing, you know, how this helps with recoil management. So, Stormy 1911 here. Again, hope you enjoyed it.